I hope you taped your sticks and polished your mitts. It's time for episode 3 of Board Check. Welcome back, everybody. First, I want to start and the thoughts and prayers of everybody here at Board Check, and I know the hockey community are with all you guys up the East Coast that's dealing with Hurricane Sandy right now. Be safe. Try to stay in a safe location. I know some power outage and stuff is going on right now. The experts will take care of these for you. Just, try to stay safe and make good decisions because we want to see you later on. But now let's get to some hockey. Not much to report on the lockout news right now. Right now, we are canceled through the end of November, and it looks like the next thing off the block is going to be the Winter Classic, which is usually the outdoor, just phenomenal game where you get to go outdoors for once, usually in the snow, to watch two great teams. I know last year, I believe it was Crosby and Ovechkin. It was quite nice. You may not get that if they keep canceling these kind of things. And because of the hurricane right now that's up near the Virginia, New York, New Jersey area, they canceled the talks and meetings they were supposed to have for this week. So let's hope that everybody can get back together and start talking about this. I do got to give a quick shout out. I'll get in here where you can see it. My buddy at GTDMHCKY. That's Get Tips or Drop Mitts. Sent me this awesome shirt. He sent me a couple more too, but I can only wear one at a time. So in the next couple episodes, you'll see the different shirts. If you like this shirt, go check out all of his stuff. All of his stuff is really cool. Chris, I appreciate you sending that. Good luck to you and everything. And let me go ahead and my social media shout out is going to be to at Billy Lindahl. Billy, I appreciate it. I know you're a longtime fan of a lot of my work. I appreciate it. Maybe we can get you a poster out there to replace those other ones you have. Um, what Billy wanted to know was when the season does start back up. I love the optimism. When the season does start back up, who are your cup contenders? Well, based off of all the research I did up to this point and just recently knowing different things about players getting injured in the other leagues they're playing in or the ones who aren't really, keeping up their conditioning and stuff, right now in the West, to me, you got to look at Nashville, who has been building for the last few years. I mean, they're just getting centerpiece after centerpiece after centerpiece. They're really going to be contenders here in the next year or so. This could be the year they start building up. They could be kind of the LA Kings of this year, even kind of sneak under the radar and just come smashing through the playoffs. And I just mentioned my other pick, the LA Kings, who are a dynasty waiting to happen. These guys are built for at least an 8 to 10 year run of high playoff bursts, second, at least third rounders. They could easily be in the Stanley Cup every year. They have just phenomenal talent. They continue to just keep adding on and adding on. It's it's hard to reload in such a league, but they seem to be able they're set up to do this. So in the West, that's LA and Nashville. In the East, you guys are going to think I'm being biased, but I'm going to have to go that the Rangers, who should have been in the Stanley Cup last year, and that's only because if they could have scored two more goals in the conference finals, they would have eliminated the Devils, and I think they could have gave LA a little bit better run. But, you got to score goals to win games. You guys all know that. But I'm going to say the Rangers, and I'm going to say Boston because even though they're having goalie problems, they can't quite get Tim Thomas to decide to play this year. I think he's going to sit out regardless. They're still stacked. They got Rask still in goal. They've got a lot of young talent. Seguin is going to be a phenomenal scorer. Just amazing what that kid can do sometimes. But so to recap, we're going to go Rangers and we're going to go Bruins in the East. We're going to go Kings and we're going to go Nashville. Teams that are not going to make it, and I'm not just saying this to pick on you, especially Billy, since you ask it. The Winnipeg Jets are still, to me, a couple years away from really being big contenders. They could sneak into the 8 spot this year, but I think they're going to finish ninth, just like their predecessor, the Thrashers, used to do. I'm going to have to say Chicago is probably they could sneak into a 7 spot, maybe a 6, but right now they're trying to figure out their goaltending problems. They got Crawford, who is a great up and coming goalie. But that's the problem. He's been an up and coming goalie ever since he got into the league. He needs to take that next step to further progress his career and make sure that he's on par with the Quicks, the Lundqvists, the Osgoods, the people that are already there now. And the last one is, I hate to say it, but the Devils are not going to win the Stanley Cup this year. The big problems I see for them are they lost Zach Parise to free agency, and they did nothing to replace him. If you're going to lose a high-profile star, a top 10, top 15 guy in the league, you have to replace him with something. They didn't seem to do that. And the next big problem they have is the average, I believe the combined age of their goaltenders is somewhere along the 78 to 80 range. Both these guys are around 40, if not over. Brodeur and Moose, for all you guys, Johan Hedberg used to be in Atlanta. They're still great goalies, but there's only so much you can do. As you get older, you have to try harder and harder to stay in shape and everything. And as good as they are, I just don't see the Devils really making a serious run, and I don't think they'll be back in the Cup Finals. But once again, at Billy Lindahl, I appreciate the question, and you guys can always send me questions on Facebook at BoardCheck, on Twitter at BoardCheck, and at BoardCheck99 on YouTube, where you're watching now. You can always send me questions, comments, suggestions. If there's something you'd rather talk about, because we got, as you can see over this shoulder, I've got a Russian League jersey over here. Some of the people we like to support. And then if I move a little bit out of the way, you can see the Wounded Warriors KSU jersey back here. If you want to talk college hockey, University of Toledo, they're starting to turn their season around, putting points on the board. I know everybody's really trying hard there. They had a great game the other night. If you want to talk about your Pee Wee League, just let me know. We'll talk about anything on here. We'll have you on here to plug your show and everything. All the great things you do. Upcoming schedule for the Gwinnett Gladiators. Let's get a little local here. Right now, after 8 games, they are 4-3-1, which is it's actually middle of the pack. It's doing pretty good right now. They're actually leading the South Division. They have upcoming games. They have a great homestand coming up. Thursday night, they will be. All these are in Gwinnett once again. Thursday night against the Orlando Solar Bears, always a good game. That's at 7:05. Saturday night they'll be at the Elmira Jackals. They'll be in town at 7:05 once again, and then Sunday, go to church and everything. As soon as you get out of church, head over to Gwinnett because at 4:05 the South Carolina Stingrays are going to be in town. Those are three good teams. I believe the Jackals are in first place of their division as well. South Carolina's turning the corner on theirs. You got to go check these guys out. Gwinnett is always in the playoffs. They're always in the conference finals or the finals every year, and it's just worth going to see. You have to see live hockey, and if you don't want to go all the way to Gwinnett, KSU, the Fighting Owls, actually have a lot of games this week too. Friday and Saturday night they'll be against the University of Northern Florida. They're always pretty good. Everybody in the Division 3 series are always just it's phenomenal how great these kids play week in, week out, day after day. Some of these games are at just crazy times. You can always follow anything KSU at KSU Hockey, and I believe they're KSU Hockey on Facebook as well. Right now they are 9-0 for 18 points. It's good for third in the league, but it's only because the people above them have played more games. As the season progresses, they just continue to get better and better. And you guys have got to come check them out. If you can't make it to Gwinnett, come out to Kennesaw. Find me there for a lot of great times and fun and prizes and everything like that. And we'll hope to see you next week. This is Jeremy. We'll see you later.